你也一路适合，我被只能工作做给专业工作，但是被包和dia，被莫古莫地，被莫生莫学，那时的多中个，多车被路大路绕。也好被容血插了，就莫也皮到。这要莫都感冒紧紧，我路得路全柴，老那是晒行的为好整正，那晒被节能，整正差的也容易的，也好被容血插了，那时候多工杯，多车杯，路血容易呢。也一路车车到被路大路绕容个里，被容车差不多被我那时的招。
dài mù của mùa đưa chi tu để không muốn chia to chỉ nó mù chê và chê chê tu ki chê tu chia cho thầu nu và chữ màn chi đùa
yuan dài mong yu trong xa na ca dài nu nó yên yua chi bê ki thao yu tu shai lu nu ha lu li lu con moi ma xin chi sao duan du.
My mother was an extraordinary woman who has lived such a full life and has accomplished so much. Many of you know her as principal of Prairie Seed Academy, a charter school that both my mother and father founded in 2004. As soon as we shared the news that my mother had passed, the stories came pouring in about their personal experiences with her. Their stories were constant and consistent, and here's just a few comments people shared. I would not be where I am today without the time I spent under her leadership. She lived what she loved and always found the good in people. She was a great person with a kind heart and willing to accept others with no judgment. She was one of a kind, one who put others before herself and truly followed her heart and aspirations. And Choua was one of the most loving, kind, intelligent, and courageously strong educational leaders I've ever met and had the honor of working with. These were comments from colleagues, past employees, previous students, and relatives. I suddenly realized that she had impacted so many lives. Many of you know I had the honor of working alongside my mother at Prairie Seeds for the last 15 years. I've actually been watching her leadership all my life. But something I admired most about her was her commitment to empower others and build future leaders. She believed so much and didn't give up easily on people. She humbly worked hard while allowing others to shine. I'll miss seeing her in the office. I'll miss ordering her hot chocolate every time I stopped at Caribou. but mostly I'll miss her sense of humor. Every time I'd walk into a meeting, she'd hush everyone and tell them to stop talking about me because I had arrived. Or during a working meeting, we'd all be working on a Google document simultaneously, and suddenly the whole document disappears, and everyone looked at her because, of course, only she could make a document that we had spent hours working on completely disappear. Or how I'd have to go retrieve her because she left for a meeting in Brooklyn Center, and keep in mind we were in Brooklyn Park, and somehow she'd end up all the way in St. Paul. The hallways of PSA will never be the same again. But she wouldn't want us to be down about that. She would want us to continue working and pushing to keep her vision alive. As a young girl, my mother worked tirelessly to build a good life for my siblings and I. She literally was a superwoman. Work-life balance wasn't a priority to her personally because she just did everything that needed to be done and devoted every waking moment to everyone in her life, no matter what it cost her. Whenever you'd go visit her, there's no doubt you would find her sitting around her round table with her laptop, food already made, and the house already cleaned. She'd always start off by saying, "Hi, are you hungry? Have you guys eaten?" She was always worried we'd go hungry. She loved my siblings and I so much. Whenever I would scroll through her photos on her phone, I'd find that she had secretly taken countless pictures of us while we weren't looking. And then of course I'd throw a fit because she'd capture all my worst angles. And I realized that even though I'm a grown adult, she never wanted to miss a moment, the way I never want to miss a moment with my own children. And that we never get too old to be her babies. Despite her passing, we feel blessed to have her as our mother and to have the time that we had. Even when the end was near, we found peace knowing she had accomplished all she wanted. Before she was put on a ventilator, we had the opportunity to say goodbye. Then we had 3 weeks to emotionally deal with the possibility of losing her. And on her final day, my brothers John, Tim, Michael, my sister Amber, and I, we all sat with her as she took her last breath. It was one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with. And it continues to be difficult. But we know that not everyone gets to have such a proper goodbye. For those of you who know my mother well, you know that she was such a happy person despite her trials and tribulations. She always found a way of looking at her problems as a blessing in disguise. She trusted that everything happened for a reason. I know she would not want us to grieve her death for too long, but to smile thinking of all the good times we had because she's never truly gone. She lives on through all of us and those that she has touched. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the beautiful life that my mother had built. Thank you.
gió kề lu gió lưu tia mùa trứng tia thọ luôn đủ kia đầu oa nia tu thọ luôn đủ kia đầu oa nia tu
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ chẳng có nằm bao lý nhà, dù cha chỉ tôi có nhẹ sẽ